Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, and welcome to a live game that we're going to be playing. The time controls is 15 minutes plus 15 seconds. These tend to go either two ways, really. Either they tend to be really good quality videos, or what ends up probably most likely happening is my opponent ends up disconnecting or whatever. So in this game we've got an Owens defense being played against us. I tend to struggle against this line. I hate sort of hypermodern stuff like this. I'm really just tend to struggle against it, just due to the fact that for whatever reason my opponent just seems to create the right amount of counterplay against me. I'm going to play this line. I believe there's an F5 line that's playable. But he's not going to go for it. So let's play knight to f3. I think I'm just going to castle on the king side, and then just focus on development. As I say, I find it quite difficult to play against these types of setups. The typical problem I have, or the problem I end up facing, is I just end up getting pieces attacked too many times, and I just find it really difficult to protect against too many threats. So now the obvious threat here is obviously this pawn's under attack. Just want a defender, I think. I am tempted by playing knight to c3, but I always hate this pinning line with the bishop. And then the obvious threat then is just capturing here, and then obviously that loses the defender on e4. So let's just keep everything held, everything safe. I'm not going to try and set the world on fire with my play here. It's just not really worth it against setups like against the b6 lines or even the g6 lines. Black is already giving you some concessions in the opening anyway, so there's no need to, in my view anyway, there's no need to try and go head and leather against these setups. Okay, so this pawn's under attack. I can either capture, which I don't think is a great move. This knight will just come to this knight square. So I really think the only move here is pushing forward. Just want to double check. I mean, this knight has two squares it can go to. It most likely come to maybe g4. Well, maybe not actually. I think actually knight coming back to d7 would probably be best. It will end up then he's got this nice pawn break there. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a difficult one, I think. Okay, so he's jumped into there. Interesting, okay. Now, what is it really doing on that square? So, if I wanted to, I could play knight here. You can capture, maybe bishop takes, and I'm guessing it's doing okay. I wouldn't say the bishop on d2 is the best placed piece for it to be. Now, is this knight going anywhere else though? I don't know. Don't think it really is it really? So let's just try and kick it out the way. And yeah, I want to take with the bishop. I think playing the knight backwards, I can't really see too much of the logic in that. I think the knight here is better placed as it just holds these nice pawns here. So yeah, it can't be too bad. Can't be too bad at all. A little bit worried by moves like c5 maybe. I think I'll just play that move. Okay, so he's gone there. So I'll capture with the bishop. My opponent hasn't used much of his time at all, and I don't know if that should worry me or not. Really, it's either he's probably. What I typically find when I play against players who, in these sort of setups, when they haven't used that much time, is they'll probably eventually make a mistake because they're not really focusing on their moves too much. So my opponent's plays c5 now. I think this is where I really need to play c3. I think capturing is just going to be a mistake. It ruins the centre. This bishop's going to come out, so it can't be good for me at all. So the c3, and this looks a bit more familiar for me. This looks a little bit like an advanced French with a bishop on b7. So yeah, I think this is okay, and I think this is nice because he hasn't got this queen to really add any extra weight to the attack. He's going to have to maybe try and do the f6 push here at some point in the future. So we'll see how that goes. But with this, I've now got a little bit of a choice here. I can actually castle on long if I wanted to, but I think I'll castle short. I don't think there's much need to go long here, as I think if this file ever opens up, this king is going to just be exposed. Alright, so he's played his knight here now, so he could capture here if he wanted to. There's an obvious threat now, obviously after the capture. The knight could jump in here, which would be a bit annoying. So I think maybe I might have to play a3 here, just to paralyze that threat. I think as long as I react to my opponent's threats here, I think I'm going to be okay. I've still got a small edge in this position. I've still got the space. So let's just stop any threats that he's creating. And then, I mean, I'm only one move away from castling. He's got to maybe play. Where does his bishop go? I mean, bishop here. And then he's got, ideas of playing f6 then. But as soon as he plays that, it's going to weaken this square. So, yeah, f6 is never going to really be played. Unless he goes back with the bishop maybe, but... okay, so let's play a3 here now. I'm not sure it's a great move, but I just want to stop any threats he may have in this position. So this is quite nice. All these pawns are nice dark squares here. It doesn't really do much with this bishop on d2, but yeah, it's not the end of the world. Okay, right. So a5's been played. So he's just blocking up the centre. Now, can I pin this knight now? Play bishop there, maybe. There is a bit of a temptation to do that now. I think that's quite a nice move. Play this, and then maybe queen wraps around, maybe. Potentially. My alternative plan was to maybe go knight over here. Create some problems for him on there. I don't know. I feel like this is a bit of a pipe dream, this one. I'm not entirely convinced that there's really much here. If I try and wrap my queen around, which I think uses too much time, he's just got this this a4 idea. Still, I think it's interesting. It'll really tie up two of his pieces here. This bishop will have to stick to this knight, but as soon as he castles, the threat's gone. So yeah. I'm not entirely convinced there. I think just castling here is safe. Then play maybe knight to here. In fact, can I play knight here now? There's another option. Just threatening to capture the pawn straight away. Maybe. Let's see. I wonder if that pawn on h7 is a bit poisonous though if I capture the knight, because once I capture it, if I go here and he plays bishop here, once I capture it, it's then kind of stuck there, isn't it? So I'm not Again, not entirely convinced. Sorry about yawning. Oh, it's not even midday yet. Let's have a real think. Okay, I can just see actually there's another potential problem with me this knight. It loses this pawn here. So yeah, I can't really do moves like that. It would just take straight away here, and this structure starts to fall apart a bit. So okay, let's castle. Let's just play it safe. Castle away. You could maybe try moves like c5. I don't think that's going to be any good for him though. As I'll just move my my bishop back. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Okay, now, so his position's very, very safe here now. Not a whole lot I can do. It's difficult to really find much of an active plan here now. Let's see. So I can maybe capture here on C. No, that's not going to work. It might waste a tempo for him, but I don't really. I just don't see the point of it really. But maybe it's the only way I can really get anything going here. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, apologies for the silence. I'm just trying to really think what to do here. It's difficult to really come up with any plan here. I think I want to move this knight, but I've got to hold on to this pawn at the same time. Play rook to b1, and potentially try and push along here. I mean, that could work. If you play c, I mean, that moves straight away then. That's fine, I just run back. And then we just focus on the king side then. Okay, well, let's do it then. Let's play rook to b1. Don't know if maybe playing the other rook there would have been better, but actually, nah, I think it's okay. I can move this rook here at some point. Yeah, I think this could work out alright. I think he's going to probably castle long, and then it will be all good. By the way, you might have noticed I've got I haven't got our username showing on here. The reason I've done that is there's an option you can get on one of the plugins for Lichess, which is it basically hides what's your opponent's rating and what his name is, and I do that just so I don't get I guess psychologically intimidated by, you know, playing up against a really strong player or a really weak player or whatever. So that's really the main reason I do that. So the opponent's taking quite a long time to think here. I wonder if he's thinking about maybe closing up this this queen side here. I think if he closes up the queen side, it only really works in my favour, really. I've got ideas of maybe coming round. I could maybe play. I'm just thinking about maybe I could have maybe played bishop to b1, moved the bishop round, and maybe do frets like that. I know it's a bit crude, but okay. So he's played h6 now. I think he was maybe worried about some of the sacrifices that I could have potentially done, but I couldn't really see anything that concrete there, so I don't think there's much risk. I think I'll just go for it. Let's just push forward with b4. Just want to do one check. So capture. He captures back. We both get isolated pawns. Let's see, he's got quite a lot of defenders here. Let's have a look. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So I'm got enough firepower, it appears. I wonder if it's worth playing captures on c5 first, though. I don't think it makes much. Does it make much of a difference? I suppose after the exchanges, then this rook is hitting this bishop, then, isn't it? So that's interesting. Let's go. Let's try it. Capture the pawn. Understandably, it does isolate this pawn a little bit, but I think that's okay. I can really kind of play for something with this now. So push b4, threatening just to capture. You'll do a few exchanges will occur. I think I'll capture c first, and then okay, yeah, this is going to happen now. So let's go for it. Let's go for it. Now he could push forward if he wanted to, in which case I move back. If he captures this way, I'm going to capture with this pawn. Okay, so he's captured that way, so I've got to really go this way, haven't I? Okay, so he has pushed forward now. Okay, that's going to cause a bit of problems for me. So if I go back this bishop now, he's got this rook here. And that was not something I foresaw. Let's see what to do. Well, it's the only move that's playable here. If I try and maybe do, wow, even the sort of desperado stuff doesn't really work. So I'm going to have to go back. And that rook move is going to happen now. Let's see now, what can I play? What can I play? Just got to be so careful in positions like this now, because okay, let's do that move with the threats that if he does castle, I've got then the check here. Crude, I know. But it could just work. Could just work, and I think I'll just play rook here maybe next move. Understand this queen could then come here. No, I don't think that really works, does it? But yeah, this is okay. This is okay. It's not as bad as I thought it would be anyway. Oh, he has done it. He has done it. Well, that's a shame, because I've got this lovely check now. Oh, cheeky. Cheeky stuff. And he has to take. I mean, that was very naughty of me, but I had to do it. This is what happens if you don't use your time. You fall for stupid shit like that. I bet he's kicking himself now. But so now I've got a definite advantage here. You know, this is this is pretty good for me now. I'm quite happy in this position to play this. I think I'm going to maybe... Well, no, I can't do that just yet. Let's just get my centre all under control. I've got this lovely open file now that's completely uncontested. So I think I'll keep that for now. Maybe play rook to a1. And then do stuff down there. Sometimes waiting's the best strategy. And that sounds bad. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this. I'm very happy with this now. Okay. Has he got any counterplay? No, is the answer. There's not really a whole lot going on here for my opponents. It's a bit of a shame, because actually I think if he hadn't played that move, he had quite a lot of potential firepower to come down there, but he's now got nothing really. Absolutely nothing. So, let's see here now. How do I push for the advantage here? So I've got one idea, maybe playing B. I mean, I can use this pass pawn, push it here, and then just keep pushing it. This bishop carves a lovely diagonal along here. Once I push this pawn, this knight, I'm not really overly sure where it's going to go to. It can maybe come here. Maybe there's a bit annoying actually, so I wouldn't really like the idea of it coming over to that square. But maybe I just play knight there, and then that stops potentially him coming. Yeah, okay, so that's not too bad. So if it goes back, well, it can't go back. Yeah, that's really, it's either that square or that square. Can't come here. Yeah. So I think if it played to there, I will just jump the knight there, and that controls potentially moving around or whatever, I don't know. Interesting. Okay, so I think this is quite, as I say, this is quite good for me now. Okay, so queen there. That does throw a few spanners in the works now, so obviously attacking this pawn. We've got to do something about it. Let's see now. So I'm tempted to play bishop there just to immediately block the threat. I could push here actually, in fact. If he does capture, I've got this pin. But the pin doesn't really work because he's got this knight capture, hasn't he then? So that doesn't really work too well. I just want to be a bit conscious. My time's a little bit low. I think let's go here. Now the fear for me is if he does this move now. Again, it just throws a little bit of problems my way. I don't know if he'll do it though, because I've got counterplay. Maybe with the queen coming there or something, or I don't know. Or I could push forwards. This pawn maybe. Decentralize it. Then I can think about maybe ideas like this, maybe. I mean, this pawn's now secure, so if he does push this way, I could push this way. If he captures, then I can capture. So and you know, if he captures this, yeah, I think this is okay. You know, I can get the knight to come in. The problem is then this pawn starts to falter a little bit. Apologies if you can hear some noise whilst I'm recording here. I've got the bin man outside collecting the bins, or my recycling, hopefully. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so he has played f6, which I really don't agree with. Because surely I can just capture here and then just capture this bishop. But is there something better here? Yeah, I think this is a really weak move. What is he doing? What is he doing? Could I protect the pawn first? I mean, the threat is obvious. He's going to just try and capture here. And then he's threatening to capture this bishop here as well. Just want to be careful. He doesn't create too many threats. Let's see here now. Captures. So yeah, that's not so bad. I can come here after a few things. So let's capture. You can capture this queen, which he has done. Yeah, let's capture this bishop now. Threatening just to promote, so he's got to do something about that. Okay, so he's done something about it. Now I think the counter threat here is it's going to be that, surely. Surely. Or could I play this and then come back here, force the exchange off maybe? Yeah, let's do it. I quite like that move. It's going to force some sort of tempo loss here. He's either going to have to try and defend this bishop with either the queen or the rook. Then I can come swinging in here and try and force an exchange off maybe. It's not the most favourable exchange, but maybe it's the best I can do in this position. Alternatively, well, let's maybe try and throw a bit of firepower down there as well. Yeah, maybe this queen idea is not as good as I think it is actually. Okay. Obviously just need to be a bit conscious on time here. I do obviously have the 15-second increment, but it's one of these things. It can go very quickly. Actually, I'd like to move this. This looks a bit better. Okay, but he has played back the queen though, so that move's no longer on the cards. Now I really like the look of this move here now. This move here. So just threatening to capture this pawn. But I've got to be a bit careful though. If I play this, he's got this move, hasn't he? I can still capture though, can't I? That's not bad. He captures here, captures... threatening. It's okay. It's not so bad. Do I just come back with the queen and just threaten this pawn now? Maybe that's good enough. That's good enough. Okay. Right, I need to start blasting out some moves now because, as you can see, I'm a little bit low on time. A little bit worried by this move, but I don't think it really leads to anything too concrete. So he's going to give up the pawn to me. Interesting. Is this pawn poisonous now? Okay, let's do it. Let's go for it. Just to see what the rating of this player is. So he's not 1704. Not super strong. Let's see how we... Obviously hasn't played any. It's one of those suspicious accounts though, because he's got nothing else on here. Only 24 games. Okay, interesting. Interesting stuff. So maybe ideas are jumping into the square now. Something I didn't consider. But at this point now, I think I've just got to go for it. Capture this. He's probably going to jump in here. Oh shit! Oh, I've just blundered the queen. No! How the hell did I do that? Oh. I can't believe it. I've just blundered the whole queen. Okay. Well, that's annoying. But then he just exchanged sack back, so what is going on? So it's not super lost here. Well, I'll let him capture this pawn. Wow, that was a big blunder. I haven't had a blunder like that in a very long time. I wasn't really... Well, I was under a bit of time pressure, but nothing too significant. I'm very worried by moves like this. I don't know if that's concrete enough. I'm not overly sure what I can do to parry those threats. Maybe I can sack the rook and then play this, I don't know. Ooh, okay. So is he just giving me a free bishop? I think he is. Oh, this is full of mistakes, this game now. Or is there a deeper threat? I see what his threat is now. Okay, so his threat is to come here with check. So very, very strong move. Still maintaining that threat though. I mean, how am I going to parry this now? Ooh, it's not good. That's not good at all. Let's just hold on to the pawn. Actually, I don't like that move at all. He's got this capture now. Not entirely sure that was that good. I think he can still play this, and he's got some checking ideas, but I think I can just get out in time. Just survive. No, it's not going to work. No! He's going to capture this pawn now. It's a really powerful move. Oh, he's missed it. Okay. Why has he missed it? Has he got a checkmate now? He's got a checkmate I've missed. Not entirely sure. Well, that was a close call. So again, he's sacking a bishop here now. Is it actually doing anything? If I capture, where's his check? Oh, I'm going to go for it. Just going to go for it. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll give you that one. That's a lovely mate. Oh, fantastic. Cool. Ah, that was really good. Let's have a look at the analysis. So that was a really tough game. Yeah, I thought I was ahead for quite some time in this game, and then, well, it started going a bit pear-shaped for me. So let's have a look and try and unravel that position. The computer analysis is just loading up now. I'll have a look just to see what was best here. D2 captures. Opponent only 20 average centre pawn loss. Very suspicious, but maybe not suspicious enough to warrant any computer stuff. Yeah, that's very. Seemed to play that almost perfectly at the end there. But anyway, I'm not gonna accuse him of anything. Right, so the A3 idea. Yeah, I mean it likes this. Apparently, it's been played this position. Igvar Abmundsson versus John G. Vidarson. So, has been played. Let's go into the Lichess database as well. Yeah, it has been played as well. So, yeah, this was the position I was really stuck on. I wasn't overly sure I wanted to play here. The most popular move, according to this database, is G3. Very odd move. Not sure I entirely agree with it. Let's. What does G3 achieve? Just turning on the engine. The engine likes captures. I wasn't really too hot on that move. Why is that so strong now? So, I can't really see what the main plan here is. Move forward. What does that do? Well, I suppose actually. Alright, okay, I think I know what it's doing. So I can play H4 and then maybe F4 and then come back potentially. And if he tries to strike out, I've always got this escape square. Okay, so I can kind of see the logic in G3 now. So that was kind of what I wanted to try and do at some point, get this F pawn going. I just never seemed to get it going though, and it really stalled my my counterplay. Anyway, so that was played. This has been played in 2 games. Both have been wins for black though. Most popular move, both castles, A4. I think that both those moves really stopped the counterplay significantly. Obviously there was this. And yeah, there was the mistake with that move, so I managed to win the piece. And here, I really thought I was doing well here now. I mean, this has me up quite a lot here now, after F6. Can't see the real logic in it. And I played rook, F to E1. This was tough. So I did suggest going there, but why did I not like that move again? Let's see. If I played that move, what was I worrying about? Was it just pushing the pawn? So what do I do here now? Just go here. It just seems a bit loose, this this knight now. Can I just go back? That can't be good. Let's have a look. Where would it go to? Oh, of course, there's the fork. So it wouldn't, yeah. So if it did play it, so what would the bishop coming back? That's got to be quite good for. Yeah, that's got to be very good for white now. Well, in the game, yeah, that was a complete blunder. What a huge blunder. Yeah, it completely ruined my game. Just capturing, I just completely missed. What would I have played if that didn't happen now? So, let's have a look. I did ponder moves like that. Again, my worry was this knight coming here. So it likes this move the computer. Well, this is no good for black. I just capture here, do I? He captures. Yeah, that's got to be good. That's got to be good. He's got to react to this threat now. So yeah, there's no, that can't be any good. So you wouldn't play that immediately. So again, this pawn's still hanging. So try maybe bishop here. And then, well, how do I react to this threat now? So let's turn on the engine. Let's have a look. I mean, I like this b5 move. What if I tried just kicking this? Oh, that's a terrible move. Doesn't like that at all. Ouch. After this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Starting to get very hairy. And why can I not capture this? Ooh. Ooh, that is gorgeous. Okay. So that's a bit tricky, that line. I was very surprised I didn't capture there. Very surprised. And this was a nice move. How do I stop this? Well, I can go there. Yeah, actually, it's a very strong move. That bishop move there. Not a whole lot I can do here now. This is completely losing for white. Yeah, after that queen, there's not really much I can do there. So let's just turn on the learn from mistakes bit. So rook, well, we've got to do that, haven't we? Instead of that, can I still do this? It still likes that move. There we go. Well, if I just go back to the beginning then, I just want to quickly review the opening. As I say, I don't really face the Iron's defense too much, so I'm not really an aficionado on it. So c3 is the correct move, as is d. Yeah, so d3 was correct. d3, obviously, there's this f5 idea that I've seen. It's in a very old game. And there's this complicated line here that could occur. But there's enough here for white to play for an advantage. Anyway, it's not important. So so f3. Yeah, I just want to avoid playing this c3 idea because of this bishop pin. It's really annoying. c3. Yeah, I think I played this quite well. It looks very promising. Got a nice edge on the engine. a3, a5. Yeah, I think I played this all right then. Alright, well thank you for watching. Sorry this has been such a long video. I didn't realise how long it got, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learnt something maybe. And yeah, I think the important thing is don't blunder queens. That's what we've learnt from today's video. Thank you all for watching. Take care now. Bye.